third graders, we've done this before, but oftentimes scientists are going to start, when they start on something new, they're going to start with what's called a phenomenon. What's our word?
Phenomenon.
That's going to be when you make an observation about a situation that's happening, and you're going to study it, and you're going to think, wow, what's happening here? It's something that's going to pique your interest and get you rolling with what you're doing. So that's the purpose of these 6 pictures today. Up here we have 6 pictures, and there's a lot of different things to see in the pictures. What I want you to do first is just take a moment and observe the pictures. You can observe them as a whole and pay attention to all 6. You can look at one at a time and start to observe what's happening. But I want you to think, what do you see in the photo? What weather patterns do you notice in the photo? What do you wonder about things you see in the photo? And what interests you about the different types of weather you see? So in just a moment, we're going to turn off all the lights. My friends online, you'll have a second slide that'll show you these. And I want you to take a few minutes just to observe what's happening in these different photos. Sound good? So we'll start off. What do you see in our photos that we have up here today? What are some things you see? Apollo. You can come up and show us, bud. You need to come up for this today, guys. That's great.
On this photo, you can see a huge flash of light in the clouds.
Fabulous. So he sees that flash of light in the clouds on that middle photo there. Ray, come on up. Show us what you see. Show us your observations. What do you guys notice?
I see that this picture, it's a big hurricane because I think this is like a big ocean or it's the sky. And then there's water coming in and there's water everywhere.
Okay, thinking a hurricane. Maybe there's a big ocean, water coming in, there's water everywhere in the picture. Great observations. Fabulous. Chloe, come on up. Show us what you're seeing. You have to be loud and proud when you guys come up.
So I'm looking at this one and it looks like in the background it's like a little like misty and stuff. Like cloudy.
Okay, misty or cloudy in it. Good. What do you see all over the ground in that picture?
Snow.
Snow. Very good. A lot of snow. Yes. Senna, come on up. Show us what you see.
Well, in this picture, I think it just got done with like a huge rainstorm. So the streets are flooded everywhere.
Good. Thank you. Huge rainstorm. Streets are flooded. Awesome. Kyler, come on up.
There's a huge sandstorm.
A huge sandstorm coming in. Good. It's definitely what that looks like, huh? Zoe, come on up.
I see a tornado.
A tornado. Fabulous. It's kind of one of the scarier weather patterns that we were talking about earlier. Thank you, Zoe. Brock, come on up.
I noticed that tornadoes getting bigger and bigger as it goes up.
Fabulous. So an observation about that tornado getting bigger as it travels up to those clouds. Griffin, come on up.
I noticed that on this picture, I think it's like where like you live on an island and the water comes all the way over.
Like a tsunami?
Yeah.
So he's thinking maybe not hurricane, but maybe tsunami. That big wave that comes in. Great prediction. Yeah, Ryder.
This picture kind of looks like a flash flood.
Ooh, like
it just rises up.
the flash flood where it happens really fast. Great job. Awesome. Thank you. Third graders, what questions do you have? After looking at these photos, what questions pop into your head? Alexa, what questions do you have?
Why is there?
Why is that tornado happening? Great question. Cooper.
How did the sandstorm get so big?
How did the sandstorm get so big? Joey.
What on the one looked like the snowstorm?
This one or this one?
Yeah. Where is that?
Where is this the location of this? And I kind of wonder that for a lot of these, right? Like, where are these taking place? That's very interesting. Apollo.
How did the clouds be able to hold such a massive lightning bolt in it?
Fabulous. What else could this be instead of a lightning bolt too, guys?
Lightning, sun.
Possibly the sun. I don't know. That's just
Shining
something else
bright.
that's very large and bright. But how was it able to hold such so much lightning? Grayson,
How do sandstorms form?
how do sandstorms even form? Great question. Yeah.
What is that yellow stuff? In that picture?
In this picture?
Yeah.
What is all the yellow stuff?
The sandstorm.
Well, we're not looking at that picture. We're looking at this one, so probably not. Charlie,
The in the fifth picture, where is that and how did it get flooded?
where is this? How did it get that flooded? I know there's a ton more questions we can ask, but that gets us rolling on our weather unit, guys. It gets us kind of curious about what's happening. What different weather patterns occur? Where do they occur? How do they occur? How big do they get? So those are all great jumping points for us to get rolling with this as well. On page 90, we have science in our world. And it just says, what is a question? So of all the questions you have, I want you to write down on that page there, what is your biggest, most dying question you need to ask? And write it down.
91.
Sorry, thank you. Page 91. What is your biggest question you feel like you still have inside of you after looking at these photos? And write it down at the top of that page. What is that question? And then we're going to get ready to move into our STEM to career connection.